Today we're going to show the 5 best forearm, wrist, and hand exercises for 70 and over.
This is great if you have stiff hands, a weak grip, or maybe just some arthritis.
That's right. If you can't get a doorknob all the time, this is going to help.
Welcome to the Bob and Brad channel. We are the most famous physical therapy team on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Mike. All right, here we go. We're going to show a wide variety. Go through all of them. Use the ones that work best for your hands. The first one is very simple. We're going to simply open those hands up as far as you can and then make a fist. Do that repeatedly, and you may find that you can't get your hand open all the way. And what you're going to do at that point is you can go up to the table, if you got a table in front of you, like here, and you can stand or sit, however it works, and put your hands down and just take the other hands and push. Straighten out those fingers. That might hurt a little bit if you have some arthritis. Do not be too aggressive. You don't want to get too sore. Be gentle. Make sure you work both hands. Stretch them out. Mike is showing as you can put your hands and actually lean forward, and you're going to stretch the wrist as well.
If you start and it's very tight, hands further away, and then try to get your palm flat, and then slowly bring it closer, you're going to start feeling much more of a stretch. Notice my hand is facing away from me. This is a lot less aggressive than going this way, as you can see.
That's pretty advanced. You can also put your hands, I call it a mirror, because you're putting your fingers up against each other like in a mirror, and simply do that. Then go back to this. Going to loosen them up. If they're tight and you can't make a fist, squeeze them in like this. Push them in gently. This is one I use on my right hand. A little stiff in the morning. Get the fingers to go all the way to the palm. And if you can do all this while I'm talking and we're blabbing, just continue to do this. And then we're going to go to wrist circles. We've got the wrists loosened up from the first one, and this is good. Go both directions, 5 or 10 repetitions each. Yeah, there we go. Next one, number 2. This is a simple one. You've got your fingers and wrists loosened up. This is coordination. Fingertip, first finger to the thumb, middle finger to the thumb. Just fingertip touches is all it is. A lot of people have difficulty with this last one. If you can't get there, help it out a little bit. Go back and then start over. You know, if you were playing a trombone, or not a trombone, but a trumpet, and you did that, this would be really good, exercise for going back to that.
Now, you may have some tight tendons. You see how as I go down, my 4th and 5th digit want to bend together, and I try to push my 5th one back up straight. It's a little stuck on the side.
Yeah, and he's only 35 years old. You're going to have problems when you're 70.
Yeah, so try to take it slow. You'll notice some fingers are easier. My pointer and my 3rd finger, but my ring and pinky, it's a little bit more challenging for me.
Now, my thumb, and this is going to be common for a lot of people, arthritis on this joint, you may have a lot of problems right there. Right now, I've got pain there, so I'm going to work that muscle, work it, massage there, and help it out with the other hand so that we keep the range of motion. We're helping everyone out here from if you have problems to just doing them. Should we go to number 3?
Number 3 is actually massaging your hand and your wrist. Now, you can certainly take your other hand and do it, but your other hand's going to get tired. That's fine if maybe you're just rehabbing one hand, or maybe your dominant hand is more affected than the other. So you can I like to take my thumb and whatever finger works, you can do your 3rd or your 2nd, and just dig into those more muscular areas. Here you have one. What is this? Your thenar eminence?
Yes.
You call this region. Obviously, over a bone, you're not going to dig as deep, but you can certainly kind of mobilize around, see what feels good. In the palm, you got a little bit more cushion, so you can dig in there more and just take it easy. I like to say dig in.
Yeah, he's a digger. He digs.
You can dig into your muscles. You can dig in the food when you're eating dinner too. Anyway.
So what I do is I put both hands up, one hand goes underneath, and then, as Mike says, I dig in with my thumb or massage into those muscles, and then I'll actually put a little twist in there, and then I'll work from the wrist up to the knuckles and into the fingers. You do what works best for you, but that's nice to have some options, or variations, I should say.
Now, You
Ooh.
can certainly try to use a massage gun on your hand, but it might feel a little weird. Personally, I think it kind of feels weird to use a massage gun, but there are such things as hand massagers, which come in very handy if you want to use one. We actually have lots of different variations, but this is our prime model.
That's right. And this is really deluxe. We're really happy with this. You put your hand in there, and there's individual compartments for each finger and your thumb. You simply hold the button for 3 seconds, turn it on, and you get compression. There's 3 modes. You get compression around the fingertips, and then around the palm, and then around the wrist. 3 separate areas that actually get massaged in a separate sequence, depending on which mode what you want to put on.
And you can use heat or no heat as well if you want to warm them up.
Exactly
it's
right.
It's rechargeable, so just charge it up. Plug-ins right underneath the bottom button. There's the port.
To
charge it up, and then it also comes with gloves. So if you want to put on some lotion. And then put your hand in the glove. You can put it in the massager as well. And this nice little finger massager.
Yeah, that's just a little bonus. It does feel good. It's amazing. I thought it was kind of a joke when I first saw it, but I tried it. It's like, that's really a cute little thing. It feels good. And this, we've had a lot of good success with these, and it does feel good. So I think you'd be very happy if you do not want to massage your own hand and, get your other hand sore. So, and if it's too much, there's 3 different levels. Just push the button, automatically turns off. Get your hand out easily. It's a really nice product. What's number 5? This is another. This is a little.
You forgot 4.
Oh, we did.
We forgot 4.
How
You're
could
working
I?
on the wrist. So we're gonna do a little wrist stretching. Brad likes to personally do.
Yep.
So it's kind of a decompression technique.
It's best if you use a pillow. So I'm going to take a break. There we go. The break's done with. So in a chair, put your forearm on the pillow so you can allow this whole arm to relax. This is the wrist. We're going to decompress. We're actually going to separate the joint, allow the synovial fluid to go inside the joint as a result of a vacuum that we're going to decompress with. So this is all relaxed. This hand is doing the work.
Grab your decompression vacuum.
There you go. Grab over that. Again, now, can you get a good close-up there, Tanner? Watch, you'll see right here, there's going to be a little void created as a result of the decompression. Right there, we got decompression, and there we don't. It's subtle. I can see it. You may not be able to see it, but it's definitely getting a gap in that joint. I can feel it open up, and then, if this is not painful, I'm going to rotate my right wrist, but not the hand. This hand's going to stabilize it and watch what happens. See how that mobilizes that joint, allowing that synovial fluid in, get some motion, and do it 3 or 4 times, and do that about 3 different times. You can do both hands if you want. This is an optional one. If it hurts, creates sharp pain, do not do it, or do it gently. It's a nice exercise.
Just make sure the hand you're pulling is kind of relaxed, because if you're tensed up, it's not going to distract right. So
I thought I said that.
Maybe you did. I don't listen, but I work with patients, and they guard so much they don't understand. You have to.
No,
relax.
I'm glad you brought that up because it is really important.
The last exercise is to work on your.
What are you going to do with the hammer?
I'm going to fix my hand. You're going to work on, we call this supination, or palm towards the ceiling, and pronation, or palm towards the floor. First, you can just check to see if both hands are equal. Maybe one side that bothers you more is a little tighter and you can't go all the way one direction. So work on that side. You can use a weight, a hammer, whatever you have available to you. With the hammer, obviously the heavier the hammer, that's a tongue twister, you can go closer to the top of it. This will be a lot easier to add a little resistance or help you possibly get more motion going. If that seems easy, you can start going further away, and then the hammerhead is going to pull you this way into supination and this way into pronation.
And you can do the same thing just using a dumbbell as I demonstrate here. I really recommend that you get a tabletop or something like I have here so you can support the weight of your forearm there, and that way it isolates the wrist joint a little more. You can do it as Mike did it, and this is just isolates that stretch and the forearm muscles a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel more of a stretch when I can relax it because I'm not engaged as much as
Yep.
up here.
Yep. There
But
you
you'll
go.
notice, just take your time with it. You can certainly use your other hand too if you're really stuck, just to try to push a little
yeah.
bit. And just stretch into it. Don't force it because some of those muscles may become tight over time, a lot of these forearm muscles. So take your time with it if you do have some tightness or discomfort in that area.
Good, good. You know what I'm going to do, Mike? I'm going to review this really quick. We'll do all 5 of them.
All fine.
Yeah, ready? Start
Okay.
going. So we're just going to start out like this, and then we go into finger touches like this. Again, this is full speed, a little faster than most will go, but just so we got an
Gonna
overview.
massage a little bit.
Massage, maybe use the hand massager. I would not worry about that one. I would do the hand massager when you're relaxed and watching TV or something like that. Then the wrist decompression. Oh, you look at that baby go. Once you get good at this, it's quite easy to do. And then the supination with or without a weight. You know how I remember this is supination?
Holding a bowl of soup.
Yeah, if you're
That's what I
both
remember.
hands up, it's supination because it's like having a bowl of soup. That's it.
That's it. And
Simple.
those are the 5 things to try. You don't
But wait, Mike, there's more.
There is more,
Yeah.
but try all 5, see which one feels good for you or beneficial, and just stick with those ones. You don't have to do them all every day. Just try the ones that benefit you the most.
There you go. And we do have another video connected to this. It's a real classic vintage one Bob and I did. And it's 10 years old and 357,000 views so far. Hand, wrist, forearm strengthening. Some more options for you, and you get a kick. I don't have so much gray hair in that one.
Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous physical therapists.